Good evening. Today is Tuesday, June 9th, and I thought instead of doing the traditional market update, I thought it might be a bit more interesting to take my update on the road. So, some of you may be familiar with what you're seeing. This is actually the Secret Garden, which is located at Harrison Park Towers, which is a high rise co op building at 377 South Harrison Street in East Orange. Now, in the past, we probably briefly talked about the differences between a condo and a co op, but I thought it would be really nice if we could just dig a little bit deeper and talk about those differences as I also provide you with this market update. So, a condo is what's most commonly found here in New Jersey. Now, across the Hudson, it's actually co ops which are most commonly found. A condo is when you're buying into a building, right? And you're purchasing your unit, but typically you're receiving your own separate bills for things like taxes, right? Your HOA might also be something that's billed separately. And then, depending on the setup or the makeup of the condo, usually the water bill is going to also be included. Occasionally, we hear that utilities are included, but that is not frequent at all. In terms of a co op is owned by a corporation, right? So that's the board. The board is a corporation, and the only asset the board owns is the building. So, in order to buy into the building, there are certain number of shares which are attached to each unit inside of the building. So, depending on the floor it's located on, typically the higher up you go in floors, the more expensive a unit can be and the more shares are attached to it. And then also, the size of the unit is also going to help to determine how many shares are attached to a specific unit. Most often I hear people say, well, I don't want to buy a co-op because it means I don't own anything. But that's really not true. And I always have to wonder, what is the big deal with owning shares of a corporation, which are attached specifically to a particular unit, versus having a deed for your condo? Here at Harrison Park Towers, I personally find it pretty convenient that upon purchasing X number of shares for whatever dollar amount you and the seller agree upon, the monthly maintenance fee that I'm receiving is all inclusive. So I don't have to worry about a separate utility bill. There's no PSE&G bill that I'm going to receive. There's no water bill that I'm going to receive. There's no separate tax bill. The monthly maintenance fee that I'm charged based on the things we talked about, what floor you're on, the size of your unit, that's pretty much it. The only extras really being if I decide that I want to park below ground, which of course I do. We're living in New Jersey. I don't want to have to worry about removing the snow from my car. I want to just be able to get in my car and go. So that's one of the extra fees you might have with a co-op, is if you chose to park underground. And then also, of course, phone and cable. Though I believe sometimes, in certain instances, basic cable is included. So the monthly fee, when you see it online, I don't want you to have sticker shock. It typically is more expensive than if you were going to be paying a monthly maintenance fee on a condo. But what we've got to include is the fact that your taxes are a percentage, a decent percentage of what that monthly fee is. And that's information that the board is going to share with you So that tax time, when you're filing your annual tax returns, your accountant or bookkeeper, whoever prepares for you or yourself, you would know what percentage of that you would be writing off, if any. You certainly want to consult a tax expert. So I personally like the idea of a co-op because, again, we have a shared interest. This building is 21 floors. It's definitely a high-rise. There are penthouses at the top. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm dying to see them. So I wanted to let you know that there have been a couple of co-op units, specifically at Harrison Park Towers, which have come back onto the market. And honestly, when you think about what is your bottom line number, what's the amount you're going to pay all in monthly? Well, as long as you can make sense of the numbers and they work for your personal budget, I think you'd be in good shape. This is the fountain. So normally there would be water in here, but it looks like they actually were doing some work down here. So I'm sure they'll be filling this up shortly. But it's still absolutely beautiful. The secret garden here takes up just over an acre of land. And then on the other side of the garden is Orange Park, which is a county-run park. I do believe I have my buyers who are going to be here in just a few moments to tour the property. So I'm actually going to be signing off, but this has definitely been my market update. Perhaps you're interested in learning more about condos or co-ops or just purchasing in general. I'm happy to have a conversation. If you like face-to-face interaction, we certainly are able to meet as long as we're being safe, or we can always just jump on a video conference. So I just wanted you guys to have a nice look at the grounds and also get that market update. We're seeing movement here in East Orange at these high-rise units, many of which have a balcony. Everyone has access to the beautiful grounds out here. There's also a community room, which is located on the first level. There's a gym, which is located over here. There's a laundry room in a basement. But the unit we just listed, it was just listed by Michelle Charles Hickman, my mentor. They actually have a grandfathered in washing machine in their unit. What a bonus. It's just been listed 2 beds, 2 baths for $95,000. Anyway, let me get to my clients. I hope you guys enjoyed our tour of the secret gardens at Harrison Park Towers. We'll be back.